Hi guys, 22nd of March. Just want to do a cap up of the major issues we've covered without the lengthy detail, mate. But in my regions, North Asia, Southeast Asia, Australasia and the Pacific, we covered 31 events, plus obviously wrote the detailed daily on Myanmar, given the dramas going on there continue to lead to a decline in safety and security across the nation. Today we covered protests in Jakarta. We covered the China Eastern Airlines accident. Government sort of in Japan have declared energy conservation because some of the power stations were affected by the recent earthquake. In Indonesia, the authorities have dropped the requirement for all the restrictions on fully vaccinated travellers. Don't have to do quarantine anymore. There's an issue in Indonesia that Amnesty International is calling on the Wabu mine not to progress until the Intan Jaya residents. That's a real hot spot. So if you've got operations in Papua, that's pretty critical. You understand what's going on behind that. That's very political and a real furnace of risk. Many other issues in Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Australia, even our little Kiwi mates have decided to chip in and send $5 million of their little monies up to assist Ukraine with non-lethal military equipment. So that should be a war changer. Supply chain disruptions in New Zealand are becoming significant due to shortages triggered by COVID. And in Papua New Guinea, East New Britain Police Commander has basically allocated 245 people for elections commencing with writs on the 28th of April and the election process from the 11th to the 24th of June. So sorry there for a whirlwind, mate, and I've recapped some of those incidents, some of those 31 incidences from my memory. I'll leave it with you, Bhargav. I've got to shoot. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Thank you, Paul. Moving on with South Asia, there seems to be a lot of scuffle happening in Pakistan. Can you please cover off on the major issues in South Asia?
Yeah, of course, Bhargav. So firstly, we covered 12 events today, and the main issue is the protests in Pakistan. So the ruling party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, is protesting in Islamabad on March 27th. Now, this coincides with the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, an opposition party, also protesting in Islamabad, and authorities have put in place Section 144, in which public gatherings of 5 or more people are banned. So it's a tense security situation in the capital. So just in the wider picture, there's a no confidence against Prime Minister Imran Khan. And what's happened recently is that several lawmakers left the PTI and joined the opposition. And now the PTI has approached the Supreme Court to expel them. And there's tensions between Imran Khan and the military, and Imran Khan has even lauded India for its foreign policy. So, Bhargav, what is going on here?
Well, Uday, the entire ship seems to have gone upside down, because Imran Khan, when he came on the scene and up until half the way through his tenure, he seemed to project a sense of stability which Pakistan had never seen, which basically assisted the projection for businesses as well, with the CPEC being funded by China too. But the economic woes never seem to go away. Probably that has hurt him a lot. At the same time, Imran Khan tried to appease the far right, the religious right wing as well, and they seem to be disillusioned. It seems like on both sides, those who wanted a change economically and religiously, they seem to be aiming for his head, and they're channelizing it through the various parties who are more than happy to get rid of this former cricket captain as a prime minister. Well, at the same time, we also need to reflect on the major role army plays. There were quite a few controversies about appointment of ISI chief, inter-service intelligence chief. ISI is a very pivotal agency within the security establishment as well as political establishment, for that matter. Uday, towards the end of this month, we will see what actually happens in our own neighborhood, but I don't really see things going too smooth for Imran Khan, despite all the rhetoric and the macho statements being issued by him and his ministers. Forefront of those ministers seem to be Fawad Chowdhury, and he never shuts up. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think the military is an important point that you bring up, Bhargav. Remember in 2018, when Imran Khan was elected, there were perceptions that he was selected to be the prime minister, and it seems that he's fallen out of favor now. So it's interesting times ahead, but we'll keep an eye out on this and let everyone know what's happening.
Well said, Uday. I mean, probably that word is almost as toxic as poison for Imran Khan, selected prime minister. Okay, with that, we will move on to EMEA with Middle East.